for me, in a big way, it's a huge step for Uncle Buck's Garage. And I can't not say I'm not nervous about it, because I mean, it's a big decision to make. It's a lot of money. All right. So I've been thinking about, stressing about it all week, but I think it's the best thing I could do for the longevity of this channel, is to have enough space to be able to do everything that I need to do, and have enough equipment and materials and tools to do what needs to be done to speed along the process of building these trucks. So that more and more some side work will help out some other people. So I think it's going to be a good one. It's a deep dive into pool, guys, and I will be making videos and documenting the whole process. And we'll go step by step by step. I'm gonna make a whole series of what we're gonna do about building a building and what it takes and what's involved. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be really informative. So that's the thing. And if you're here and you're watching, smash that like button. That always helps out a whole bunch and gets it pushed out to more people. So the more eyeballs we get, the better off we are. So we are here. Do we have any questions yet?
No. Everybody's just saying hello.
Hello, 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 hello. All right, but if you are here, and how many said we got on right now? 19 people watching. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I really, really do. Now, normally on the lives, I don't know if that's showing the scroll and the t-shirts and stuff, but think about supporting the channel. Anything will help, because this is going to be a long, drawn-out process. It's going to take us months and months and months to be up and running. I'm hoping to have it in the dry, the new shop in the dry, by October the 1st, because I don't handle heat like I used to as a young man. So I'm hoping to be able to pull wires, wire things up, plumb air, get everything set up, get tools in, see if I can find a source for a lift, and a whole bunch of other things. Just everything that's involved with building a new shop and starting from scratch. It's going to be a big deal. But if you would I would love it if you would support the channel. It'd be really, really appreciated. Check out a t-shirt, send a gift, do whatever you'd like to do. It'd really, really be appreciated. So, but other than that, I've got, so far, I didn't get much done on the truck this week because we've had a lot going on with the family. And a big, excuse me, a big shout out to John Henry. He is going to be 2 tomorrow. Tomorrow is his birthday. Happy birthday to John. Happy, happy birthday. Papa loves you. Papa loves Tristan. Papa loves Wyatt. I love all 3 of you guys. But tomorrow is John's 2-year birthday. Happy, happy birthday to John. So they saying am I pixelated? Because our internet's, again, we're storming right now. Our internet is kind of wonky. I do apologize. I'm very, very sorry. Is it pixelated on your phone? Let me open a big door. See if we can get a better signal. Oh, well, how about that? Did that fix it, guys? Let me know. Not any better? So are they telling me I'm pixelated?
No, I can see.
Okay, guys, if you're out there, am I pixelated for you? Everybody watching? Let me know.
And let's see, how big is your building? How big are you building?
We're going to go 30 by 40 with 2 extra doors, and the plan is a lift, 4-post, not 2-post. I mean, I'd hate to be on one of those reels where it shows, a car nosedives off the lift. But no, we're gonna go 4-post, with a 10-foot lean-to on the back, so I can take all the parts that are hanging around the garage right now and get them undercover and get them out of sight, so that Christina can start planting what kind of bush? Hydrangeas?
Yeah.
Hydrangea bushes, where all my hoods and fenders and stuff are now on the side of the building. But it's going to be steel. It's not going to be wood framed. It's going to be steel. And I've got 5 companies now making me up bids. So we'll see who comes in under the wire and what kind of deal we can make. But I'm hoping to have it in the dry, on the pad in the dry, October the 1st. Which I know it seems like forever away, but it's going to come really fast. But like I said, I'm going to document the whole process. There's going to be a whole bunch of videos about it. But the first thing is that finding out where you're going to put it and getting with the bank and getting the bids in and getting an idea of where you're going to put it, how you're going to get electricity to it, if you're going to run water to it or not, then going from there step by step by step. It's not just you pay the money and they come in, it's up and running. There's a lot to it. I'm really going down the rabbit hole on this deal. So it's going to be a long process, but it's going to be really cool. And the end result is going to be exactly what the channel needs, because it also will make me be able to do side work for guys with their hot rods, which right now I don't have any room. I don't have any way of, I get asked at least once a week to do side work, and I just literally do not have the room. Any questions? Well, come on, guys. Don't be silent out there. Talk to me. What do you want to know? Have I caught up yet? On your phone. Am I lagging on you guys' end? Is it spinning wheel of death? Or am I working for you guys? Anyways, I was thinking about it. We had the conversation last week about best car movies. Did we bring up Smokey and the Bandit? Because we just got done watching Smokey and the Bandit. It came in on our feed on Netflix and had to sit and watch it. We did talk about Smokey. I couldn't remember. We talked about so many movies last week that I don't remember if we did talk about Smokey and the Bandit or not. But yeah, I'm sorry. 77, 76, it still holds up. It's still so much fun to watch. Makes you want to build a Firebird with a 4-speed, with a 455 with a 4-speed. That would be awesome. Big blocks and 4-speeds are fun. Is it maybe because you're lagging?
No.
Or is it coming up on my phone? No? You guys got any questions? Anything you want to talk about tonight?
Burt Reynolds, White Lightning.
Oh, Burt Reynolds, White Lightning. Yep. That 4-door Ford LTD with, it had a big block and a 4-speed in it. And were LTDs, I'm not a Ford guy, but were the 70s LTDs, did they ever come out with 4 speeds in them? or 3 speeds or standards. I mean, all the LTDs that I remember, because I had a neighbor, Jason Smith, and his dad was a really good mechanic, and he had a Ford LTD, a 76 or so, 2-door LTD, and it had a big block in it, and it was automatic. But did they ever make LTDs standard? But that was pretty cool. But I watched the thing a couple of years ago that that jump when he goes onto the barge, that wasn't done right, and it actually folded that car up and it actually broke the legs of the stuntman driving. I think it was Hal Needham actually that was driving it. But yeah, that whole when it lands and it kind of folds up under the edge, yeah, that car was ruined, and that stuntman was hurt. But it sounded tough and it ran good. Okay, I'll ask you the question. If you had the opportunity to build the shop you always wanted, what piece of equipment, lift, tools, what would be the one thing that would be the first thing that you bought if you could for a new shop? Besides the building itself. I mean, what would be the first thing you bought equipment wise? I'm curious because
Is there any older model vehicle you won't work on?
no, Ford, Chevy, Dodge. I mean, if it's 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, I'll work on it. Not a problem at all. It's when you get to everything starts going metric and with computer systems, that's not my forte. I mean, mine's mechanical. If it's mechanical distributor, if it's mechanical fuel pump, mechanical carburetor, then it's my jam. I'll work on it. I prefer Chevy because that's what I know the best. But like I said, Mustang.
John Henry says, "Thank you, Papa," and then he proceeded to sing "Happy Birthday" to himself.
Yeah. Happy birthday to John Henry. Happy birthday to John. Happy birthday, dear John. Happy birthday to John. Glad you're watching.
Another one says, "Sounds like a great shop. I built my friend one size 2 years ago, but all wood, 14-foot ceiling."
See, I'm going 12, but with a steel building, they don't have rafters like a wood rafter. They have peak rafters. So for like a 4-post and a 2-post, you have to have at least 12 or 13 foot. So if I go 12-foot ceilings on a 4 on 12 or a 3 on 12 or a 2 on 12, because I'm down here in Oklahoma below the frost, I can probably get away with a 2 on 12 pitch on the roof. That extra peak, because they don't make like a wood rafter, they make a peak with a crossbar and a support bar on the edges. And so with a 12-foot wall, I'll have more than enough room to have lifts and also put a mezzanine in so that I can have 2 layers of storage and extra space for like engine room, for like a parts room, for storage up top. It just opens up all kinds of opportunities, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But like I said, we're going to go through this. I'm going to go step by step and be putting videos out about the process and everything going in. And I'm hoping by October or November, be doing the lives from there, because and then I'm going to run internet out there. I'm going to, be able to it's just going to, everything should work better come this winter. Everything should work better because the internet from the house, I don't have any internet here. I'm just working off the Wi-Fi off the house. And like I said, like this evening, Christina's phone ain't jiving. I don't know if I'm still pixelated or not, but it fixes all the problems and clicks all the boxes for what we need for the channel to go bigger and better and just be more fun for everybody. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to like tear this one down. I love this little 20 by 30 detached garage, air conditioned, insulated. But I'm also going to insulate the new one. We're going to air condition it because I at my just don't handle heat anymore. So the cooler I can make it, the better. More fans, more better. But I'm still going to work out of here and there. But I'm thinking this might be the engine bay, and then that will be all the everything else on that end. That's kind of what I'm thinking, because it's just right outside the door of the house. But this will be right behind this building. I'm going to put it 30, 40 foot off the back end of this building and just come around the driveway, gravel it in, and just drive right up on it, you know. So it's going to be really nice. It's going to be so choice. It's going to click all the boxes. It's just going to really help out the channel and everybody's experience completely better. She's got a smile on her face.
No, I'm
Huh.
nothing.
Well, like I said, okay, just let's continue on. Tonight's going to be the what a shop. You know, I mean, you tell me, what would be your checklist? What would be on your wish list for a new shop? You're not. Restart your phone. She just woke up from a nap. She had a rough night last night. I should have actually done this by myself, you know, but we're a team. So she actually woke up from a nap, and she's a little groggy right now, and her phone's jacking up a little bit. But she's worked it. She's worked it.
Good to know.
You're worth it. Yes, you are. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of things. My big one is the lift. I mean, I'm at 56, and by the time it's up, I'll be 57. I've done enough crawling on the floor. I've done enough on the creepers. I've done enough. I'd rather have a lift so I can get it up and do everything that I would have to be up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. My golden one is a lift, is a 4-post. And I'm going to get a 4-post with the wheels on it where you can set them down and you can move it around if you need to. But yeah, that's my big wish list, is the 4-post lift. And I don't know if I'll ever get a 2-post. I know they're useful for like suspension stuff and rear ends and things like that, but I've just seen way too many videos, and I've seen the back in the day, I've seen myself the carnage that one coming off one of those lifts does. I'd rather still have it on 4 tires and just use bottle jacks and be safer that way. Because the last thing I want to do is have like a customer's old, you know, Chevelle sitting on a 2-post, and then all of a sudden, bang. Yeah, no, 4 posts all the way for me. Are you still spinning wheel? She got spinning wheel of death. Well, what's it saying on my screen?
You're fine.
Okay. Well, you guys haven't answered me. Am I pixelated or not?
It comes and goes.
Oh. It's the internet is the internet. Like I said, we've had rain today, and things are kind of acting wonky, and we'll get to the questions. Oh, the other thing, I am gonna pull the cover off of the $500 rebuild, and I'm gonna check a couple things, because there's been several guys that messaged me about that motor and said that number 1 cylinder isn't moving much whenever it's top dead center, like it hangs. So I think I'm going to pull the oil pan and double check all the rod bearings on all of them just to make sure. And that'll be another thing. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff, and it just opens up all kinds of possibilities. Is your phone just not connected at all?
Okay.
We'll get it worked out.
Yeah. It.
Okay. All right. Well, let's machine gun this. Hit me.
Okay. The Halloween was a badass.
Yep. And a good director.
Let's see, what rear end would you suggest to replace a factory one?
What rear end would I suggest replacing a factory?
One peel rear end.
Oh, one in what? In what car? If it's a square body, 12 bolt all the way. A posi, like I said, I've got one on the wall. I got one in that frame back there. You guys know that. You can go locker. They're not cheap, but they're not really expensive, and they're just a unbolt the cover, pull the spider gears out, put it in, and it's a hour and a half procedure, and you can turn a one-wheel wonder into two-wheel power, and they do okay for going around corners, things like that. So a locker is not a bad deal. They run about 600, and some gaskets and some fluids. So you're running $620 for over just a couple of hours, and turning, and starting ripping on both set of tires.
Let's see. I have AC, then a nice air compressor with air lines all on the walls and a bathroom.
Well, okay. I figured out I'm going to have to. AC is definitely happening. Insulation is definitely happening. I mean, I really enjoy my air conditioning in this shop, and we're going to be doing 2 or 3. An HVAC system might be in the works if I can get some kind of deal made with a company. But yeah, we're definitely, cold is one thing that's kind of easy to fix. I got lots of woods back here. I got lots of things I could burn to make warmth, but cold is yeah. Well, yeah, heat. I'm sorry. Did I say it wrong? Okay. I don't mind being cold. It's being hot that I have issues with. So yeah, we're gonna go air conditioning, and definitely and insulate.
Somebody said you're just building your doghouse when you get in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. When I get that side look from her when I've said something or did something or whatever, after all these years, yeah, it's a sanctuary. It's the new, I'm a religious man, but it's also my second church. It's sanctuary.
Yeah. It says I had a 22 by 30 with a 14 walls for garage put up so I could have a lift.
Yeah. And was that enough? No. Ed, do you do trucks on the lift? Did you do 2 or 4 posts? And have you ever had where you needed more length, or are you good on what you've built? Because see, like I said, I'm just learning. I mean, I'm just going down the rabbit hole and trying to consume as much information as possible to make the best decision possible for the future. because I would hate to have one built and it not really work out for what I want it to do.
And Tim says, I think I would leave room on the wall for a drill press and a grinder and sander.
Now I got the grinder. Drill press, no, I don't have that, which I'll be probably auctioning that sort of thing. Grind, yeah. I'd love to have a belt sander for like edges and stuff for like fabricating stuff on frames and things like that. But again, like I said, right now, I got no space left. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to be going a big air compressor and as big as I can afford. What brands do you guys like for air compressors? I mean, I saw this thing, Stacy David, or no, not Stacy David. Kevin, whatever, Paintucation, Kevin from he was doing this thing on this little small. It's kind of like an air compressor version of a instant hot water system. It's very small, but it does a lot of volume and it does a lot of pressure. But I'm pretty sure, I haven't checked into the price on that, but I'm pretty sure they're pricey. I might just have to do, Home Depot or Lowe's or Harbor Freight and just get a big one, like an 80 gallon one for the volume.
If I could build on a bigger shop, I would have an enclosed tool room to keep dusting grinding grits off of all the boxes and tools.
Yeah. See, that's, oh my God, when I do body work, I mean, and grinding and welding and Bondo and sanding, everything is covered in that much dust and dirt. I mean, doesn't matter if you open the doors and run fans and try to push it out, it goes everywhere. And that's the whole point. It's like, do I make this the enclosed sanding room, or do I make, get some tarps up and make a separate room for body work, but yeah, it's going to be a trial and error kind of thing, but
Ed says, I have a 2-post and I have used stands in front and back for safety. I'm the same way, all posts all the way, looking at a wildfire lift 9,000 SLT.
How much did it run? Ish. Just, I mean, you don't have to give me exact numbers, but I mean, I'm like, I've went to PRI and, I talked to the guys at BenPack and I actually stood underneath, David Ducati's car in a lift, right inside the door, and it seemed solid and everything. It was BenPack. But there's many manufacturers out there. Did you like it? Are you happy with it? What was the cost of it? Did they come set it up for you, or did you have to put it together yourself? I mean, there's a lot to think about this, because I mean, we all have. I mean, this isn't the only thing that I do. I have family things. I have my business. There's a lot. There's not an endless amount of time, to do this. But I will say, if there's any manufacturers out there of any toolboxes, tools, shop equipment, whatever, if you're watching, reach out. My email will be underneath there. Just talk to me. I would love to do some long-term advertisement for your company. There's my pitch.
What exhaust are you putting in the square body?
I'm going 2.5 inch with Flowmasters, 40 series Flowmasters. That's what's on that frame outside. I was going to pull them off this weekend, and so it's the headers, 3-inch collectors, 2.5 down to 2.5, all the way over to the back, and to Flowmasters with dumps. It's going to sound freaking awesome. I love Flowmasters. I mean, I'm old school. Flowmasters came out. I'm pretty sure they came out in the late 80s when they hit. Everything else before there was either a glass back or a turbo muffler with all kinds of fiberglass packed inside of them. And Flowmaster, I think, was the original open, just baffles inside the metal casing. And I've loved them since day one. And I had them on the Monty. I had them on the old Ford pickup truck. I had them on the Camaro. They're just great. I just love the way Flowmasters sound. Dynamax, they're kind of poppy and tingy and stuff. I mean, but it's for me, Flowmaster is the way to go.
It says Flexzilla.
What?
Flexzilla.
Flexzilla? Ken says Flexzilla. I don't know. Okay. What do you mean, son?
Let's see. Yeah, Russ has orange peelers on his 62 Bel Air.
Orange peelers. You have orange peel in your paint job, or what do you call orange peelers? 62 Bel Airs, they're cool. My dog is in there barking. He sees the lights on. He's in there barking. That'll be another thing that'll be great for the dogs because they'll be inside the fence. They actually come in and spend time with me while I'm out here. Because I can guarantee you they're going to be at the back door just losing their mind wanting to go out there and play with Grandpa.
It's exhaust.
Flexzilla?
No.
Oh.
Russ.
Oh.
The orange peelers on you. My first hot rod and car in the 60s, I used cherry bombs, brush, not much else back then.
Yep, that was my dad's favorite too. Cherry bombs. That was the way back in the day he go. Now I had on the first truck on the 78, I had they were 20-inch glass packs and they were used and they wore out and they sounded great with dumps. And with that was 2 inches to the Flowmaster. On the driver's side, we're going to go up and over, not under. Like you, if you guys know square bodies, you know there's if they run headers, they have them ugly little flip ups. You can see the header and you can see the piece of pipe just go right underneath the cross member for the transmission. Well, I go up and over, so we'll go so it's tucked in. So there's no chance of it getting hit, and it just looks better from the side. It's a better cleaner, and then we'll just do Flowmasters with some small dumps, probably pushing out towards the sides. You know, so when we're doing a burnout, it blows the smoke out.
The Flexzilla is a very good brand that has air compressors.
For the shop. Like okay. Now, is that the actual company brand, or is that like a like I guess the analogy I could use is like everybody calls a jacuzzi, but jacuzzi is an original brand. There's hot tubs, different brands of hot tubs, but everybody calls it jacuzzi because that was the original. So yeah, if you would do me the favor and send me a link to the website through my email address, which will be in the description, that'd be cool. I'd really appreciate that.
I have the same setup, just broke it in. And are you going from the collector, collectors up over and cross member, then Flowmasters and dump?
Yes. Yeah, I'm going up and over the because the passenger side already has the cutout for the exhaust pipe. Okay, you didn't got to do that on the passenger side. It's just a straight shot off the header and it'll go right into the Flowmaster. But on the driver's side, they don't have that cutout. Now I could have probably in the future, I'm probably going to modify them with a cutout on the driver's side. But right now, because I didn't do that on this one, we're going up and over, right next to the transmission.
Russ says, bring it your pooch on.
What?
Bring your dog on.
Oh, well, okay. I've got two, and I got one that's my son's. They're great dogs. I mean, Roscoe is old, and he's a mutt, and Dingle is a lab pit mix, but he's a hoot. But you guys will meet him. I mean, once it gets to the point where the gate's right here, and it's going to be in the back, so they'll be able to open the door and come right into the shop. So you guys are going to get a lot of shots of the dogs come this winter.
I had a turbo mufflers on my '69 Mustang. Then I was in school back in '79. I was in school in '79. Uncle, but my shop would include lifts, welders, tire machine, storage, and air conditioning.
See, I thought about the tire machine and a balancing machine, but those are pricey. If I could get somebody to sponsor me on that, that would be cool. But right now, I have a shop that's just a mile down the road, and Keith, he treats me so good. He gives me such good deals. I mean, if I have one thing to say about tires, is make friends with your local guy, because if he likes you and you treat him well, then you're always going to get a better result. Like, I won't go to Tire Rack and buy tires and take them down to Keith and have him put them on. I'm going to buy the tire. That's to me, that would be insulting. Okay, to a local guy. I buy local. All my tires, her car, my truck, the hot rods, all of them go through Keith, and Keith has always cut me a great deal. And it's because it's a father-son shop, and it's like dinner and a show when you go. They got chairs in there. You can just sit down and listen to them banter back and forth and give each other shit. It's so much fun. But Keith has always treated me good, and he will continue to treat me good because he's not only a business owner, he's my friend. And when he needs something, I come running. And he's like, when I was looking for, good luck trying to find old 14-inch tires to try to put on a Mustang, but he found me some just because I asked him to. It's really one of the benefits of just knowing people and being good to people is just over time, as you get older, you end up with the friendships of people that either you can help them or they can help you, and it's a brotherhood, and it's a great thing. And so I don't buy online tires. I buy them directly from local. If buy tires local, not Walmart, not Sam's. Buy them at your local tire shop.
Legacy is the name of the company. Kim was talking about.
Legacy.
So he's sending you the link.
Okay, thank you.
He said, Chris says I run straight pipes on everything.
Do you run headers or exhaust manifolds? My dad was a straight pipe guy. Straight pipe. He was an old truck driver, and he would go off the exhaust manifolds. He never was a header guy, but he was off the exhaust manifolds, brand new pipe, cut holes in the beds, up to top, stacks with the flappers. Remember the flappers on the stacks? Yeah, that was his jam. Straight pipes. Yeah.
Putting a new 350 Vortex in my 68 C20. I was thinking of getting those headers you were putting on your square body.
The ones from Summit. They're great. I mean, they fit so good. I mean, but the ones I put on the first truck, the 78, they were from Flowtech. But after unboxing Flowtech and unboxing Summit, I would say that my guess would be that the same company makes both of them for those companies. Now, Flowtechs are no longer on Amazon. They're through Speedway. Summit, through Summit, and you can get a really good price. And especially, I suggest they do Memorial Day sales, Labor Day sales, especially Black Friday sales, and you can get 20-30% off. And if you got time to wait, it really pays off, especially if you're a points member too. I highly suggest Summit Point member if you're going to build one, because you can get 10, 15, 20% off on the right times of year. It really does pay off because, we're not talking about a $10 latte. We're talking about, $180 worth of headers. And when you're getting 20% off that's $20. That's a chunk. It can really be beneficial to be in the points program and wait for the good sales. Because I try to save up for Black Friday stuff because that's when the best sales are. And there's a bunch of stuff that I know I need, I load up.
The crossburners have been going up and over. It is stopping me from doing the exhaust myself because without having to go up and over the driver's side, I could bolt them on myself.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got the welder back there, and I'm pretty good at cutting. I mean, I built bridges for 20 years, and I know how to fit and cut and bend and degrees and everything, and cut them in, and up and over, and take 3 or 4 pieces and tack them all together, and then take it back off and weld it back up. If you don't have access to a welder, and the honest truth is, all the local shops, I know one guy that's a little bit away that will bend it, weld it however you want. Now, most of the muffler shops, if they're not just a mom and pop muffler shop, they got regulations on them from the government that are just ridiculous. Okay. So I don't have any problem piecing one together and cutting things up and getting the angles right. I don't have a problem with that. It's a non-issue. It's pretty simple. I actually have a video of how I did it on the first one, which I'll be doing the same process on the second one. It's the old school stuff, the fabricating your stuff, it's getting hard, which I don't think I'd want to buy a bender and a hydraulic system and do exhaust because the government comes after you because of EPA stuff. Now, my stuff I'll do myself because I know what I want. I know how to make it. I'm a decent welder, and it just takes time. But like with the exhaust system, again, the lift will help out a whole bunch. But to take your hot rod to take your project to a muffler shop, if it's not a mom and pop dirt floor kind of old school kind of place, and the guy ain't 60 or 70 years old, they're going to turn you away because they're going to want to put, it's a 70 model, but they're going to want to put a cat on it and 2 into 1 and 1 exhaust out the back. They didn't want, to do duals. It's really becoming a problem, but it's just old school. You just got to fab it up yourself. You just got to make it work. But if you don't have that option, then you got to do what you got to do.
Chris says he has a few of them with stacks. And then another gentleman, the same gentleman, says, I found a guy, he's 74 years old, veteran guy, super nice, and works out of his house. Paul, and he loves square bodies. I'll take it from him and support him with worth the money.
Yeah, buy local. I'm kind of down because we had a old Napa shop here in my hometown, Muldrow, and it's a husband and wife team. They ran it for decades, and it's now a coffee shop because she was so good that she never looked up. They didn't have a computer in the place. You needed a fuel pump, she knew where it was. For a Chevy, Dodge, Ford, whatever, she didn't have to look anything up. She'd been doing it so long. But again, she finally retired. He passed, and she ran the shop for about 10 years, but she finally retired. If I ever get enough money and this does as well as I hope it does, and it can help finance it. I would love to open a speed shop, an old school speed shop, you know, but not a mechanic shop, an old school speed shop where you can basically just say, I'm not going to change your ball joints in your Volvo. If you got something old, if you got a hot rod, if you got a race car, I'll work on it, and we're going to have a handshake deal. I'm feeling the draw to either teach or, go that route. I really am. It's that's the other thing about the shop, about building a new shop. I'll have the room to be able to do side work for guys, that because you really it's I found out that my local shop won't do a front alignment on this truck because it has shims in it. They don't want to touch it. I've been calling around the older shops in the area. They don't want to touch it because it's got shims in it, because they don't even carry shims anymore. Everything is just, twist this and twist that, and then you're set. They like the new techs don't even know how to work shims for a front end alignment. It's really freaking sad, So I mean, I want to bring old school back. I would really like to, and I think Buck University is not a bad idea, just to bring the old school stuff back.
Let's see here. Kevin Vince Eastwood, QST 30 by 60 compressor.
30 by 60 compressor. Yeah, no, I'm going to have to get a big compressor. I don't know if I'm going to go Ingersoll. I don't know if Craftsman is, because I have two 50-gallon Craftsmans in this shop just for volume for running the blast cabinet. I don't know what brand is good or whatever, but I mean, I'm going to have to buy a new one for there, a big one. Maybe go to auctions and find an old broke down tank for the extra volume. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of decisions going to have to be made. But if you guys have stuff that you have gotten yourself and you like, and it's been reliable and it's been good and it's not too pricey, check out, send bigbuckslater@gmail.com. Send me a link. And so the more information I get over the next couple of months, the better off I am, because like I said, I've been going down the rabbit hole on trying to learn stuff about this.
Okay, gentleman says we need more local speed shops. Another one says, it says I barter work for friends.
Yeah.
And another one, gentleman says, I thought it was just me. I couldn't get my 84 square body aligned to save my life.
Yeah, I'm having the same problem here in Oklahoma. Looks like I'm going to have to learn how to do a decent front end alignment, because I've called several shops and they don't want to touch it because it's shims and they don't know how to do shims. I mean, it's becoming a lost art. So, yeah, it's aggravating. The government and the the schools and the colleges and stuff, they're making it difficult to enjoy these old vehicles. It really is. They think of it as voodoo, and yeah, we need to bring it back. We really need to bring old school stuff back.
Let's see. There's an old local front end shop in town that Sims goes to. They do most of the cars that race up Pikes Peak up here in town, and they put shims in my 86 C10.
Pikes Peak, is that Colorado?
Yeah.
In Colorado Springs. Been there. That was kind of cool. Did a winter run up there. But yeah, no, it's becoming a thing of the past. I think, honest truth, if I would, I mean, I'm in my 50s, and I'm not about, not against learning things, you know, but I wouldn't even, like the local Votech, they don't even teach it. You know, how to do old school stuff like this. They don't teach it because everything is new. You know, this truck is 50 years old. 50 years old. You know, and there's just the knowledge is dying. And we need to do everything we can to make sure that that knowledge doesn't die.
Quincy is an excellent compressor. The big one I have is a 55 on a 80-gallon tank with 5 horsepower electric motor. It runs everything I have, including sandblaster.
Okay, Quincy. Okay, Quincy brand. I'm taking mental notes here, and I'll watch this again. So, but like I said, if you guys have got shop equipment, newer stuff, older stuff, whatever it is that you guys know, tried and true, that you guys believe in and have treated you right, let me know. Throw me an email down there at the email. If you're here, if you haven't done it yet, hit that like button. And also, and if I don't know if it's scrolling underneath, I can't tell. I'm looking at the back of a phone right now. If think about supporting the channel, it really would help a bunch. We got a lot to do over the next 6 months.
Ken likes the Uncle Buck speed shop idea.
Actually, I'm thinking Bucky Speed Shop. No, Uncle Buck's would be fine. Uncle Buck's Speed Shop, yeah, because I mean, it's name recognition by now, I think, and it's only going to get better over the years. But I mean, yeah, that would be cool to just be able to do old school.
And Quincy has a dealer on Kelly Highway.
On Kelly? Okay, where? On Kelly Highway in Fort Smith?
Yes.
Okay. Who is?
David.
Oh, David's hell. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because yeah, it's going to be so much. But I'm hoping you guys come along for the ride because I'm going to document everything I do for this, along with the truck and along with everything else, and starting on the Mustang and doing engines and everything. I just need to get through this summer and get it in the dry so this winter I can get it plumbed, start pulling wires, fans and lights and toolboxes and all kinds of stuff.
It's getting so bad that I called around to get some help on even performance shops, and they keep asking what computer I have on a carburetor. It was like I was speaking another language. Exactly.
It's a dying art, and I'm really hoping that I last long enough. My hope is that I last long enough to be able to teach Tristan, if he wants to, John and Wyatt, if they want to teach them about carburetors, about old trucks, about, having a newer vehicle is nice and cool and it's convenient, but there's nothing cooler than an old truck or an old hot rod or a 55 Chevy or a Impala or a Malibu or a Chevelle or whatever. You can't convince me that my 09 Chevy truck is going to be around in 50 years and somebody's going to want it, that it's going to be popular. You can't convince me that it's going to last. They're just not built like they were back then. They're just not. It's a love affair that you grow up with, and I'm really hoping to pass that along to my grandkids.
Don't forget to have internet line put in the new shop.
Yeah, no kidding.
And Ken says, I don't think you could.
Yeah, I know he could. I mean, but it is what it is. I mean, no, I know I'm trenching electric. I know I'm trenching internet. I'm going to get a hotspot or something in that shop. It's going to get internet.
Have you ever used aftermarket body panels like doors and fenders?
Not yet. No, I use what I got and I make it work. I weld, I patch. Now I get all my patch panels. So far I've gotten all my patch panels from LMC Truck, I haven't tried classics yet. I'm pretty sure they probably buy them from the same place. But no, I use old material because it's just better. The metal is thicker on a 81 fender as opposed to an aftermarket that's coming from China that may fit. I know that 81 from 81 is going to fit. It might be beat up and dented and everything, but it ain't nothing a hammer, a dolly, some Bondo, and some blood, sweat, and tears can't fix. And it's cheaper. And it's going to be solid. And when I get it done, it's painted inside and out. It's completely protected. It's completely fixed. And I ain't got to worry about it for the next 50 freaking years. Where I don't know if I trust like a Classic Industries, stamp from whatever it is where they're coming from China. I would rather like fix old stuff as opposed to buy new stuff. I'd rather build it than buy it.
It's hard to find a good carp person.
Here I be. I'm not a Quadrajet, and I hate AFBs and Edelbrocks. Quadrajet's one thing. I mean, I've seen Quadrajets run like scalded dogs, but I'm a Holly guy. But I mean, that's all I've ever known. I mean, I am not a computer guy. I am an air fuel ratio. Now, I'm not against putting a air fuel ratio gauge in the truck and putting a bung in a header so that I can keep track of it if it's doing it. But no, I'm a carburetor all day long. I'm carburetor. That's what I know. That's what I'm good at. And I've been doing it for 40 years. And that's just what I like.
Aftermarket panels are thinner.
Yeah. Yeah. You can ting them. That's original. The new ones ain't going to sound like that. Or the patch panels I get are not going to sound like that. Now, I have had no choice but put patch panels on the bed of this truck. And they're thinner. You can do that. And when you get down to the patch panel, you can hear the difference. I I take old hoods. I'll take an old hood that I can use as patch panel material because I know it's thicker. It might be a little rough on the inside, but it ain't nothing you can't grind off and seal it. And it's just going to be tougher.
I'm old school too, Chris says. And then Tim says, good live, gotta run, late dinner, see you next week.
Appreciate you coming. If you think about it, buy a t-shirt, buy a hat, do whatever. Buy a cup. Buy a coffee cup. That'd be cool. Be the first person to buy a coffee cup.
That's it.
But if you don't buy anything, I don't care. Just come show up on Thursdays. I really enjoy doing this back and forth, this machine gun question and answers. I really enjoy this. It's a lot of fun. I look forward. You can ask her. I get jazzed up. I'm looking forward to it all week long. I really enjoy this back and forth, and I hope you guys stay around for a long time because it's only going to get better. We're only going to have more great things to talk about and just a lot of more fun. She's reading.
The coffee shop. Oh, well.
No, I grew up in the food service industry, and when I was a young man, no, speed shop would be one thing, but no, I'm not gonna serve coffee to people. No, I might have a coffee pot in the corner that somebody, if you want a cup of coffee, they can come get it and get a old school little. Remember those little squares of sugar in the little square box that you just kind of peel the top off of it and you just kind of picked one up and dropped it in your coffee with the styrofoam cups and everything. Yeah, old school, baby.
He says just
Oh.
So.
Hmm?
I says, what's up? What's up?
What's up? Where you from? What's your name? Timmy. Okay. What's up?
First time here, and what is under the cover back there?
66 Mustang. Christina's always wanted a Mustang coupe, not a fastback, but a coupe. And we made a deal, made a trade, and we have a 66 that's going to be built bottom up, fix everything body wise, patch panels, welding, grinding, fixing, straightening, hammering, dollying, bondo, primer, sealer, everything. We're going to make this thing look great because she's always wanted one. So, you know, I mean, after 32 years, she deserves, after all putting up with my ass for all these years, she deserves to have one for herself because, you know, I'm building trucks for me to have fun. She deserves to have a little hot rod too.
Let's see. Gentleman says, Buck, I do have to say, I built a 35 with Vortec heads and decently sized cam with the headers you recommended, and it runs awesome. Mostly followed your videos. I'll send you a video of it.
Yes, please do. BigBugSlater@gmail.com. Send me videos, guys, of your stuff. I mean, it humbles me to know that you guys watch my stuff and take my advice and do things that I do. That's what this is all about. I mean, I kind of started this so that my grandkids would be able to pull me up online and just watch me anytime they want after I'm gone. But I don't plan on going anywhere for a long time, you know. But it just turned into, let's bring old school back, and I can't say in the words how much I appreciate a statement like that. It's just I appreciate it. I truly treasure all of you guys, and I hope that we have a long-term relationship that we can all get our hot rod dreams. I don't know if that's a good analogy or words, but get everything done that we want to get done before, you know, we go see the big man upstairs. You know, because I mean, now after all these years, now my grandchildren will be able to and my family will be able to just pull me up and just hear my voice anytime they want. And that's a very cool thing.
He says, what you're doing, you help the younger generation things. Do you see a small, Cameron says, I see you doing a small parts store. And then Ricky says, oh, nice, nice on a full project. I know she's ready for that.
You changed your mind about the color yet?
No. I'm with her on the Mustang coupes. Timmy says, do you need a Ford motor?
Yeah, actually I do. I'm thinking about now I have a really, really good friend. He's a neighbor and he's a Ford guy. And I was talking to him about engines the other day. I was thinking of like a mid-90s 302 with a C4 for it automatic, because she doesn't want standard. She wants an automatic. Christina's thing is, I get in, I put my seatbelt on, I turn the key, it starts, I put it in gear, I drive it, and I enjoy it. No pumping gas, no flipping buttons, no rubbing her head, no, just start it and enjoy it. So I'm thinking the best thing to do, because 289s are, if I actually find one, it'll be a miracle. And if I find one that's able to be rebuilt, it'll be another miracle. So I'd be like trying to hit the lottery twice. So I'm thinking a mid-90s 302 would be the best way to go, with the stock cam, some headers, you know, and aluminum intake with a Holley 600 on top of it, you know, with the electronic ignition, you know, just that sort of thing. So yeah, I'll be in the spring. I'll be in the market for a 302 for this car.
Odie Roach says, I'll post it on his channel, talking about his what he did for you. Advice.
Awesome, very good.
Russ says, my dream the 53 Chevy truck on Dad's farm.
My dad had a 56 56 or 57. It was red. Ford. Dad was a Ford guy. This, which is weird. My dad was a huge Ford guy. But as soon as he'd get them, like I said, exhaust would happen, stacks would happen. He would replace all the switches and everything. Back in the 70s, they had these really funky plastic, rubberish. They were like lime green and just weird switches and stuff. And he put fog lights on everything. He put, because he was a trucker, he put the cab lights on everything. And he put what do you call them? Running boards and mud flaps and just lights everywhere. And yeah, you did not see my dad in his trucks. And my friends growing up thought my dad's trucks were just the coolest thing ever. But he was a Ford guy, and he always liked Fords. Built Ford tough. That was his thing. But he was a trucker through and through, and he made a regular half-ton or three-quarter-ton truck look like a semi. He really decked them out. And, and we always knew he was home because he would always rev it 3 times and then shut it off and let it, and we knew everything that we were supposed to have been doing, we better start doing it right then because he's walking in 5 minutes later. You know what it's like when you were kids? You got this list of chores you're supposed to do, and you waited till the last minute to do it, or until you saw mom and dad driving up the driveway or heard dad, rev up the truck or whatever. That was his warning to his kids. Get off your ass. Do what I told you to do.
Get a 5.0 out of a Fox Buddy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, a 302. I don't know if I'll go roller cam or not. I mean, but yeah, that's kind of the plan. A 302, a stock 302, stock bottom end, stock heads, and just freshen everything up, gaskets and things like that. And but I won't be shopping until in the spring. First thing is all the body work. Get it all slicked out first, and then start thinking about interior and engines and brake lines and suspension rebuilds, a whole 9 yards. Time is it? We've been an hour and 15 minutes already? Okay. All right. If you're still here, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button. If you would like to help out the channel and help out the future of Uncle Buck's Garage, consider sending a gift or buying a t-shirt or doing whatever, help support the channel. But since it's 9:15 and the bugs are starting to come in and Christine's getting a little antsy and we got to all work tomorrow. So I appreciate all of you guys. We'll see you next Thursday. And if you guys have my email address, send some suggestions of what you'd like to talk about. I'm like, last week was movies, car movies, and this week is the shop. So I need suggestions of what you guys would like to talk about, what information you'd like to know, and we'll go from there. But we'll see you 8:00 Central next Thursday. I don't plan on ever stopping doing these. These are just so much fun for me. And Christina, sometimes she enjoys it. I had to wake her up tonight, so I'm in the doghouse. But I appreciate all you guys. You guys have a great night. Y'all have a great evening, because a good evening tonight could be a great day tomorrow. Y'all be good.